You want to learn how to prepare your garden for winter or start a new garden bed? I'm going to show you how. Now when you wake up of a morning and you see this across your lawn, does it put dread into your heart that you're going to have to be out there raking? For us, this is great. This is the start of a new garden. This is how we prepare our garden for the winter. Now of course our garden is so big we're not going to put a cold frame around everything. What we want is to keep the ground covered, keep that life going all winter long. Just look at that soil. So when's the best time to start a deep mulch garden? Well, that'd be 7 years ago. When's the second best time to start a deep mulch garden? That'd be right now, today. Just look at that. After we put the deer fence up, we got new growth, new flowers, new little beans. Yes, I'd like to overwinter everything, but our garden is far too big. So once these die back, we are going to have to prep for winter. Whether you're prepping for the winter or you're just starting a brand new bed, it's exactly the same thing. Now, why do I have a big patch of grass right in the middle of my no-till, no-weed garden? Well, I've been kind of changing my mind just a little bit. The more I've studied about the life in the soil, and that life needs to have some kind of roots or some kind of covering. We'd planted some lettuce in here early this year, pulled that mulch back, and I saw that there was some grass growing. Thought we'd go ahead and use this as a little experiment. This is the newest part of the garden, and this mulch wasn't very old. So we left those roots in. This is all the bigger it got. I have nothing else growing here right now, so it didn't really bother me. But this is a really good example. If you just have an area and you want to start a garden, you do exactly the same thing. Now we're going to prep this for winter. We're going to let that mulch work over the winter, and in the spring we'll be able to plant right here. It'll be beautiful. Come on, I'll show you how. And once we get this new bed laid in, I'm gonna have to come out here and get that okra and that okra, and wow. Since we kept the deer out of here for a few days, everything really kicked in. That's the power of the deep mulch, and that's why we want to prepare for the winter. This first step, that's optional. But you know those Amazon boxes you get? And the paper that's in there, I'm just gonna set that down here and use that as a base. You don't have to. But this breaks down really, really fast. Now we only have a little bit, so I'm not covering it all with that. But then we're gonna put our leaves right on top of this. And I'm gonna still say the hardest work you're ever gonna do in the garden is harvest. This isn't work at all. You've gotta do something with those leaves anyhow.